Alright, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour around my PC real quick, and I guess give you an idea of what I'm doing out here. I'm going to go and pick up the camera. Alright, so pretty much right now, as you can see, I'm in the back of my house. I got my machine up and running. I'm using the Coolermaster 932 HAF case, the same one that Evga 5 is using right now, except his is the AMD version. I was going to get that one, but too much red for me, so I decided not to. I'm using an Acer 22-inch, does 1920 by 1080 resolution. I will be doing some benchmarks at 1680 by 1050 because I know a lot of you gamers run at that resolution. Right now, as you can tell, I am not liquid cooled. I am going full air cooled at the time. I am running right now 2 ATI 5870s in Crossfire. I'm using right now a Thermaltake toughpower 1200 watt power supply to run that whole thing, so it's running nice and cool in there. As you can see, there are the two cards way down there, and the V1. The reason why I installed those blue lights is so you can see it a little bit better for right now. But let's go ahead and start off with the first video that I'm going to do. Let's go over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the temperature gauge too as well, so you guys can see what kind of temps I'm running right now out here, which is pretty nice. Let's zoom in here real quick. If you can see, CPU right now is at 24 Celsius. Everything is running at stock right now. I just want to show you what you can get stock settings if you did have two 5870s in Crossfire. So let's come over here and do this. I'm not going to run any anti-aliasing at the time. I am just going to run it like this, the way it is, so that way I'll run an anti-aliasing next at times 8, if not times 16, and we are running in full DX11. Alright, so let's get this bad boy running. And I forgot to do window mode. Well, I'm going to have to get out of here real quick. Forgot to do window mode. There's full screen, there we go. Alright, now we're ready. And just to let you know, there's a new video online from NVIDIA showing off the GTX 480. Very good performance. I was very shocked. The 480 GTX actually beat my my two 5870s in Crossfire as far as what I saw in what part. Well, let me start off the bench, and there it goes. Now, of course, a lot of you guys have probably seen this a million times. As far as tessellation, I don't have to explain it. If you've been on Evga 5's channel, he's explained it very good as far as the whole parallax occlusion versus the full tessellation, wireframe and all that as well. And of course, the biggest difference it does. The performance-wise, it does kick in a little bit of performance as far as FPS. I've noticed sometimes in some parts will drop about 30 FPS average, if not a little bit more. But it is gorgeous. I mean, definitely highly recommend you getting a tessellation card if down the road, you know, ATI or NVIDIA when they come out. They're scheduled for the 26th, hopefully. So right now my FPS is averaging, let's go down here. About 91, 94. This part right here is where it kicks in and kind of kills the FPS with the dragon. All the way down to 40. Now again, I know I'm new to the YouTube channel. Let you know, heads up, if you guys ever want, you guys could request any gameplay footage or anything like that, or if you want me to show you how to overclock or do anything like that. For this, I got my I had an i7 920. Right now I have the i7 940. My last machine that I had, the most I got it up to was a 4.5 on air with no liquid cooling. Of course, I did it outside. It was about 40 degrees outside, 35 around there. Right now, it's roughly probably about 45. I'm going to show you some overclocking tonight. I'll probably overclock it to at least 3.9, 4.0. Just to show you the difference as far as performance. Something to just let you heads up. These new cards, especially the 5870s and of course the 5970, they will bottleneck the crap out of your processors. Even the i7 bottlenecks to a certain aspect. If you ever see it, there's a lot of CPU limitations. Definitely with these new cards, especially if you're running in Crossfire. I wouldn't have to say, I wouldn't have to worry about the 5770s or the 5850 if you're running Crossfire, but if you do get a 5870 or a 5970, you need to have a nice processor, at least an i7 or at least an AMD 965, at minimum. I'll show you in a little bit as far as 3D Mark Vantage, just by upping the frequency of the processor without even touching the video cards, I jump up heavily as far as score-wise, overall performance score, which is pretty phenomenal. And of course I only have 10 minutes to do all this, each video. I'm going to start off doing this video at least up to 10 minutes. And while that's running this, I'm going to go ahead and put this camera down real quick. And I am actually going to open up the side of the case so I can show you a little bit more while the benchmark is running. Alrighty, still running. Let's come over here. There are my two ATI 5870s, and I did have 12 gigs of RAM in here, Corsaire Dominator. There was no point to me keeping it, so I went ahead and sold it. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend using 12 gigs. It's not really needed. It's just a waste of money. Put that towards a video card or something. Now, if you notice, I did put the two Crossfire Bridges on there, just to let you know. AMD and ATI do recommend you put both of them on there if you're running Crossfire. I benchmarked it with 1 and 2. I did not notice a difference at all. If that, probably a few points. I am using the Evga classified board X58. Very nice board. I love it for your overclocking. Alright, here we go. We're done. I averaged 69.2. Score was 1,743. Using the ATI 58 series, it is the 940 stock at 2.93, DX11 1920 by 1080, everything at high, anti-strophic off, anti-aliasing was off, and that's what I get as far as the benchmark, all stock. Video cards are stock, even the fan speed is all stock. So let's go ahead and close this out. Well, this is my first video. I will be posting a lot more, and the next video you will see me overclocking as far as processor, a little bit with the video cards, and let you know how that goes. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything, email me, contact me. I'll try to do as much as I can as far as answering your questions. And of course, keep watching, subscribe, and we'll go from there. Just to let you know, I do not have any sponsors. This is all straight up out of my pocket. Like I said, I've been building, selling, and I've gotten up to this point and got a really good deal on this machine. Went ahead and built it, put the video cards in, good deal. But again, Jesse here, signing out, man.